Okay. Hello, everybody. So today I'm doing this class for our team and those of you who are friends. Today's topic, because we are still in the lunar 7th month, so we're doing oils for emotional and energy cleansing. I'm not going to focus so much on emotions because if you have our essential oil desk reference, let me show you. This is quite an old version. This is, I think, 5th edition. It's quite an old version, but as long as you have the Chinese or the English version, there is a chapter inside that talks about, I think chapter 5, that talks about emotions, emotions and cleansing. Okay, so you guys can go and read up deeper about it. But today, what I'm going to talk about is more of what are some of the general principle of using the oils, especially during the 7th month, or even when you are stepping out of a house, you feel emotionally unbalanced, then you can grab some oils to support yourself. Okay, before we start, I have an oil with me. Those of you who have oils with you next to you, grab an oil and then let me know in the chat what oil have you grabbed. For me, I have grabbed Peace and Calming. So Peace and Calming 1. Just a side trivia. A lot of people ask what's the difference between Peace and Calming 1 and 2. As all essential oils, they are very subjective. Everybody react differently to different oils. For me, I prefer Peace and Calming 1 to Peace and Calming 2 because, I don't know, more uplifting, I guess. Sacred Mountain, yeah. Sacred Mountain is a very good emotional oil. Peace and Calming is, so like, when we talk about Sacred Mountain, Peace and Calming, Northern Light, Black Spruce, yeah, they are from different plants, they are from different essential oils, so they have different effects on different people. So for some people, Peace and Calming may be too sweet for them because there's a lot of citrusy oil. And before we started the call, somebody was asking about patchouli oil. Peace and Calming has patchouli oil inside as well. Yeah. So Sacred Mountain is a great oil. Northern Light Black Spruce. My husband has been to the farm. Next time maybe I'll just talk about the different farm oils. Okay, Northern Light Black Spruce has a very amazing story behind it. Sacred Mountain, I love Sacred Mountain also for the energy balancing effect. So the rest of you, what are you using? Just let us know in the chat. Okay, so for me, how I like to use Peace and Calming, I like to apply on my abdominal area, the stomach area, because when I'm very stressed, that's where my first point of tension is. Okay. So a bit about myself. I am an ICF certified professional coach, currently pregnant, already a mother of 2, currently pregnant. I'm actually due in 2 months. I'm a bit freaked out because it's very near. It feels very close and near and have not prepared for anything. And I just moved house 1.5 weeks back. So this is what I do pre-pandemic. What we have been doing the past 2 years is that we have moved our training to online platforms, like right now on Zoom. Those of you who are involved, who are on the Zoom right now, it's similar to what I do on a public platform, but right now a bit more intimate because it's in a Zoom setting. Okay, so this is today's, what are the 3 areas I'm going to cover. Generally, I'm just going to cover these 3 areas, dividing them into cleansing, protection, and healing. Okay, so if you guys are aware of chakra is quite an ancient modality where we talk about the different points of energetic fields. Okay, it is believed that in humans there are 7 to 9 energetic fields. So we go to the most basic one that most people are familiar with. There are 7 main chakras, from all the way from the top tip of our head, the crown chakra, to the base of our like the base of our body, which is what they call the root chakra. A lot of people, if you're familiar with chakra, you can apply your oils on all these areas. Okay, you can apply your oils on all these areas. I'm not going to go into each of the chakra because that's not my purpose today. My purpose today is to give you an overview and give you some basic foundation information about the use of essential oils and how we can use in all these 3 areas. Okay, cleansing, protection, healing. So understand that we have like 7 main chakra. Oh, this is very interesting because I realized that this is already in Singapore. So I think Malaysia definitely y'all will have. There's this thing, if you go and Google online, called aura photography. I don't know whether Xiaohui, are you aware? Is there something like this in?
I actually, when I took my NLP training last time, my trainer showed us how it looked like before. So I have seen it before.
Like, have you done it?
Yeah, he demo how it's to see and all that. So we kind of can see each other's color.
But in Singapore right now, there is a camera.
Yeah, I think that is an easier way because it's actually very faint. If you try to use your eyes to see and you need to adjust the lighting against a white wall, you can actually see it very faintly. But they say that if you, I think this is taken using a special kind of camera.
Yeah. So in Singapore right now, because I see online, a lot of people are starting to share about aura photography. So in Singapore, there's this thing called aura photography where you can go to this or aura chakra company. You can just Google lah, aura chakra company Singapore or aura photography Singapore, where you can get your readings done because they use certain machines. And these are like some of the basic colors that a person will emit out. Okay, like a person will emit a red color, orange color, blue color, indigo, which is very similar to the chakra colors as well. So different colors will also tell you different things about yourself. Okay, and what are your aura? So our aura, in a way, is the energy field around us. Okay, the energy field around us, and all of us have different energy field. That's why we are very unique. We behave and feel differently to different people. Okay, so it's not that the person is a bad person or things like that. So sometimes, we say like the energy tak matched. Like today I can't talk to this person because the energy tak match. Okay. And then this one is a bit about science also. This is also about the aura using it's called Karlin Photography. This is one of the most earlier photography techniques that they use to capture the person's aura. So when a person is sick, right? I mean, most people either sick physically or emotionally, there will be a break in the aura. See, immunity impaired due to unhealthy lifestyle, huge waste of psychic energy. So if you always have negative thoughts, if you are battling with some sort of health issues, your aura, you see, is actually very weak. So when your aura is weak, right, you are actually more vulnerable to a lot of other negative energy that will penetrate into your own energy. Okay, so like like this one is about uneven distribution of energy. Okay, so when you internally, as long as you're not balanced, the aura is all over the place, but of course it's not as weak as this one. I see this one has a lot of more gaps, and if you're a healthy, happy individual, your aura is much more stronger. Okay, so just know that why we use oils or herbs. I think in the ancient time, before oils, people burn herbs, people burn plants for cleansing, for protection, is for the aura as well. Okay, so the first part I want to talk about is cleansing. Okay, so I shared just now, cleansing has been used since, I don't know, in many cultures, right? Since ancient times, right, to cleanse our aura, cleanse our energy, cleanse our emotion, okay, and also cleanse space. So in temples, in churches, across all religion, they will do a space cleansing or even a personal cleansing as well. Okay, these are some of my favorite oils for cleansing. Especially I know in the 7th month, especially living in a Chinese populated area, the 7th month, there are a lot of prayers, rituals, burning of incense, joss sticks around in your area. I'm not sure whether is it the same for your area, because You know, interestingly for Singapore, the younger generations are also very into the 7 month. So where I stay right now, I just moved house. This is a more mature estate, so not as much as my previous estate. So my previous estate was made up of all the young couples, like people like myself in their 20s, their 30s, right? They are very into the 7 month whole ritual, and the whole roadside will be full with incense burning, prayers, rituals for like 30 days. Yeah, yesterday was day 15 of the 7 month. Yeah, so there was like a lot of burning and a lot of things like that. Okay, so I think these are some of the oils that you can use for cleansing. Okay, lime, bergamot, sage, and Palo Santo. Okay, I think most of you are familiar with the products here. So if budget is a concern, then lime and bergamot are something that you can use. How do you use it is you either diffuse it or you use it in a shower, which I'll explain to you later. Sage as well. Sage has been used since ancient times. The sage leaves in the picture, you see people buy dried sage leaves, right? And they will burn in that in a room. If they find that there's a lot of negative energy or they feel uncomfortable, yeah, they will burn in that area and the scent will purify the room. Okay, so people use sage as well for their crystal cleansing as well. Yeah, so sage, Palo Santo as well. Palo Santo is actually, excuse me. Yeah, so Palo Santo, if you see the picture on the right, this is our farm in Ecuador. It is harvested from Palo Santo trees that have naturally died and decayed. Yeah, so Palo Santo is actually a very spiritual oil from the North America. Okay, so Young Living Farm is in Palo Santo. So when you smell this oil, actually I don't like the smell of this oil because it smells rotten. Smells very rotten and hard to smell. But this oil is actually very good in terms of cleansing, in terms of cleansing your space, in terms of cleansing your room, in terms of cleansing your person. Yeah. So what I actually get people to do, if they are more sensitive to energy, you can after you come home from outside, okay, after you come from outside, what you want to do is that you will want to you may want to do, when you want to shower with either pink Himalayan salt or get sea salt. Okay, this is flakes lah, but you get the fine sea salt. Okay, get fine sea salt. So like if you go to supermarket or your provision shop, they'll put there just salt or table salt. I encourage you all to get sea salt because sea salt has a very good cleansing effect. So what I do is that I'll get a tub. Do I have a tub? Give me a while. Let me go and look for a tub. Then I show you what I do, okay? This is just my toilet tub to scoop water. It's plastic lah, so you have to do it fast lah. Don't let the water stay inside for very long because the essential oils does eat in the plastic. So I usually get 1 tablespoon or half a tablespoon, depending on how big your tub is. This one I put about half tablespoon because I don't like the sea salt feeling on my body, too much for me. So up to you, 1 to half or 3/4 tablespoon of salt inside. Make sure it's not those make sure it's not table salt, sorry, get sea salt or Himalayan salt. Put it inside, then add like 2 to 3 drops of essential oils into the salt and then add water and mix it in. Just use your hand to stir lah and mix it in. What I do is after I shower, I do a last pour onto my whole body. Yeah, so it's either I like to mix any of these 4 oils, but sometimes I just go straight to lime and bergamot to feel more refreshed. But if I'm actually very low in energy that day, then I will use Palo Santo and sage as well. So these are the 4 oils for you to experiment with in terms of your energy and your aura cleansing. Okay, so these are some of the suggestions. So if you guys have other oils that you like to use for cleansing, let me know also in the chat so we can share with each other as well. Okay, So these four is really something I really like. Lime, bergamot, sage, and Palo Santo. Yeah, don't mix all four because then you smell quite crappy. Because lime and bergamot are from the fruits, right? And then this is from the leaves, and Palo Santo is from the decay wood. So don't mix all together. Just use one or two of the oils. Okay, so any question? You know how to cleanse yourself. So, like for example, some people they step on some of the prayer items and they don't feel comfortable. You can do this as part of your cleansing ritual as well. Okay. Okay, next one is.
So I spoke in the chat, but I think you didn't see. The salt part can use Epsom salt or not?
Not really, because Epsom salt is not really salt. Yeah, Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate now. Magnesium what?
Still a salt. A type of salt. It's not a salt. It's not a salt to eat but it's also cleansing, right? Detox.
Yeah, it's detox, but I think for energy cleansing, people don't use Epsom salt. No, you can. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway,
yeah,
I usually use the Himalayan pink salt. Yeah, I use these two types of salt. So Tinky say she also use juniper. I think juniper is another oil that is pretty much cleansing, can cleanse the energy too.
Yeah, Epsom salt, I think people use it to absorb energies. I have not, honestly, I have not used it to use for my personal shower cleansing. Yeah, but I guess you can try and see whether it helps you. But so far, because last time I used table salt, I didn't know there's a difference in salt.
I don't sense energy per se. So to me, I think anything I use, I just feel okay, good or not good.
Yeah. So that's also one of the reasons. But
just try the way that you suggest that. But because I usually apply or diffuse. That's it.
Yeah, you can diffuse, but for me is that sometimes I feel a lot of feel very pek-cek or don't feel good after going out or coming back. There are certain places like after a funeral or I attend or I go to the hospital, and some parts of the hospital I don't feel very comfortable. I will do this as well. Yeah, so it's literally when I go out and come back and I feel that I have brought back negative energy, that I'll do this to as my last step of my shower. Okay. Yeah. If you have bathtub, which is great, you can mix sea salt and Epsom salt together. I think that's perfectly fine because it also helps you to relax. But in terms of cleansing, generally, even when people use for crystals, I think people generally use sea salt. I think I would suggest to you all either use pink salt or sea salt, because pink salt came from the ancient ocean as well. They have been if you go and Google where pink salt come from, it came from the ancient ocean bed. So that is pretty good as well. Or use sea salt. Don't use table salt. Table salt, because it's another type of salt and it doesn't really have much cleansing energy. Yeah, juniper. I've not tried juniper, but I heard a lot about juniper as well. You guys can use that as well, suggested by Tinky. Okay, so this is what I do when it's too overwhelming for me, or if you have a very bad day at work. Even if you're over Zoom, over video conferencing and things like that, energy can also permeate through the screen. You don't need to meet somebody to get the negative energy. You don't need to be in a toxic environment to get the negative energy, right? So you can do this as well if you had a very hard day at work, or just have a very hard day because of what went on in your life. Okay. So the next one is protection. So these are how I like to use the oils for protection. So I'm gonna go through them. So the first one, White Angelica. I think everyone is familiar with White Angelica. I hope you have a bottle of White Angelica in your handbag. I have White Angelica in my handbag at least, and I have White Angelica at my door. So that White Angelica is everybody who step out of the house, they will apply White Angelica on themselves. Okay, protection is also like we talk about aura, right? It's about protecting your entire aura. So generally what I do is, at least for White Angelica, is at the door. Then my kids, myself, will drop a few drops on their hand and then cover the entire body. Just dust yourself, okay? Dust yourself with your hands, covered with white Angelica. So that is at our door. Then there are other oils, depending on where we go. I have another oil that I mix Palo Santo and frankincense. Okay, don't ask me why, but I just thought that, yeah, sometimes I need something that's more stronger protection. I mix frankincense and Palo Santo and put it in a spray bottle. So you can spray it all over yourself, on your shirt, on your t-shirt, and basically create the protective aura. I do this on the first 15 and the 30th day of the 7th month. Yeah, because I am very sensitive to the 7th month actually. I'm very sensitive to 7th month when there's a lot of incense burning, or when I go to like funerals, I'm actually very sensitive, or places that are not so good. Like for example, if I go for a hospital visit and just normal hospital visit lah, and I know that the person is very unwell, I will also spray myself before visiting the hospital. Yeah, so these are just giving you all different scenarios like in terms of when you want to use the oils for protection. Okay, so white Angelica, you guys are aware, so frankincense and Palo Santo frankincense, it is the sacred oil of the Middle Eastern countries. Then Palo Santo is the sacred oil. They are like cousins. Okay, we're told that they are cousins, but this is North America, this is like the Middle Eastern countries. So both are from trees lah, just different way of extraction, different material source. Then Sacred Angel, if you have been lucky last year when they released during the Christmas time, Xiaohui, do you get it?
No.
No, so sorry. I got one bottle. So
I smelled it before.
Yeah.
From someone, I can't remember. It was released a few times over the last.
Really? I thought it was released first time, then I didn't get. Then this is the second time.
I think the first time was many years ago. Really quite some time back. Then Kai got it and I smelled it before.
Hers is the white label.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No, I think this is the original label, the first one.
This one?
The white label is the second one, right?
Oh, really?
I can't remember which way lah, but basically the label was different, but it's both the same blend.
Yeah, both the same blend.
So you have that.
I have this one, the current one on screen. Yeah. Okay. So since we are here, and then just give you a bit of myself. Recently so I don't have a very good relationship with my mom. Okay, I think a lot of my close friends or my members I don't talk about it often. But anyway, recently there was some conflict again over something that I'm not even aware of, like suddenly conflict. And I felt very low and felt very down. And I've been using oils for protection and things like that. Then I decided to, because of the recent conflict, I opened this bottle of Sacred Angel because I felt that I needed more protection from divine sources. Yeah, so I started using a Sacred Angel on myself, on my heart. And like I said, for me, it's the dominant area because this is where I always feel tension. I think it's also good for you to know where you feel tension whenever you're stressed or whenever you're feeling down or when you're feeling energetically off. Okay, so pay attention to all these areas. So for me, most of the time is the dominant area. And if I don't address certain things, it will start to go into my shoulders. And I don't know whether it's because of my pregnancy right now or what, but recently my thigh bone, my butt bone is giving me a lot of issues in terms of aches and pains. Yeah, so I'm still trying to explore whether is it emotional or maybe it's just pregnancy or whatever it is. But I know for sure since young, whenever I'm stressed, whenever I am lost, whenever I'm going through some sort of emotional turmoil, my stomach will be the first to indicate to me that this is happening to you, like this is something's off for you right now. Okay, so good for you to pay attention, because then that is, for me that's the first place I'll go and apply oils. Some people get migraine. My friends say the moment I get migraine, I know something's off already. So depends on you. Some people get aches and pains in different parts of their joints. Okay, so look out for physical indication of where your emotions and stress points are. Okay, next one. I don't really have much to say about sacred angel because I never really study what are the oils inside, but it's actually created once for Christmas. I think it was released during one of the Christmas, and it was a lot of people find it useful because it felt like the divine angels sent, like, you get protection from the divine angel. Okay, so sacred angel blend, if you have a chance to buy it, I will encourage you to get it, even if it's just one bottle. Okay, basil. Okay, basil is actually, I think a lot of people don't know about basil. Basil has been used in among the Hindu community. Okay, the Hindu community, they will use basil leaves and sprigs on the chest of the dead to protect them from evil spirits. Yeah, so like they cover the departed with the basil leaves. Italian women use basil to attract suitors. Yeah, and then yeah, generally it's been used intensively in the traditional Indian medicine. Okay, yeah, so basil is actually very good for, it's also it's part of your raindrop set. So I'm sure most of you would have white Angelica and basil from the raindrop kit. Okay, basil, you diffuse it, it's actually very good for energetic protection. Okay, do it at your house. So for example, if you are very sensitive, that day I was listening to Yan Ling from You Will Lai Shore, right? She was saying that diffuse near your window. If you feel like things are coming, or diffuse near your door. If you feel like things are coming in to you, can diffuse near the door and near the window. I thought that was brilliant. So if you have a plug near your door, that would be great. Yeah, so at your door, you can also diffuse oils for attracting abundance, or you can diffuse oils to protect your household. Okay, depending on what season you are going through. So that's why on the right side, I put a picture of the diffusers. This is any of the Young Living diffuser, or you can use spray bottle. This one definitely, because we will be keeping the oil inside for a while, you can use witch hazel and a few drops of the oil, 6 to 8 drops of the oil, depending on how big your bottle is lah. Okay, if it's like this bigger bottle, you can put 10 to 20 drops. But if it's like this kind of small 5 ml bottle, yeah, I think 6 to 8 drops with some witch hazel. If you want more stability, witch hazel, or else it's the distilled water. Okay, distilled water. Just make sure that you use it fast enough, because it will turn bad lah. Okay, because of bacteria. Okay. Next one is some of the healing protocols that Young Living has already offered to us. I'm just going to go through with you guys. Healing protocols oils consist of a few oils that you can use on a daily basis, or if emotionally you are very off, right? I suggest you do at least 2 weeks daily application of the oils for 2 weeks. If you want a stronger cleansing, healing, and protection, then do a total of 30 days. Okay, do a total of 30 days. So, sorry, before I talk about protocol, because this is available in Singapore right now. So Surrender and Sarah, I think it's very important to talk about these 2 oils right now. So let's talk about Sarah first. Sarah is an oil blend that is specially created by our founder, Gary Young, to deal with abuse cases. So either you have been physically, emotionally, or sexually abused yourself, or you do a lot of self-abuse. Self-abuse doesn't necessarily mean just physical self-abuse, like cutting yourself up or doing some self-harm, but abuse can also be issues where you have a lot of negative thoughts and you always beat yourself up. If you're a person who always beat yourself up, right, then this is an oil that you will really want to use. Okay, because this oil, it is to work with our mental mind to release trauma from all this past abuse. Okay, what it does is that it over time, if you use it over time, it helps to unlock all the traumatic experience and also physical abuse. So I know like Xiaohui, for example, she does this exercise. I mean, I also learned it before, called the tension release exercise, but she is a trained group facilitator. And we know that trauma and abuse is very subjective and very unique to everybody. Yeah. So in general, is that if you have been through some sort of physical and emotional abuse, either like from your parents, from your upbringing, from your environment, from your bosses, or things that or people you don't even pay attention to, or even yourself, like all this, like you beat yourself up, you put yourself down, and all these kind of negative thoughts, right, and actions, right? Use Sarah to help you in that, to unlock and to be able to move on. Okay, Sarah. Okay, next one is surrender. So that we had last week, we had a class in Chinese, right? And we were talking about surrender. Surrender, right? I don't really like it personally lah. When people tell me, oh, surrender is just let go. Because to me, I don't understand what is let go. I cannot let go. 什么叫做 let go? I cannot let go. Let go what? Let what go? Okay, I'm very stressed. Don't tell me to let the stress go. How to let go when it's eating into me? Okay, I don't know whether y'all can relate to me or whether y'all think I'm a joke, but I'm really being very honest with you guys. I have never understood let go. That's why in Disney there's the song called Let It Go. I have not understood it emotionally. I mean, it's a nice song, but I don't understand it because Xiaohui, why are you laughing? Because Xiaohui also cannot let go, is it?
No, that I put in the chat already. That's why you stress lah. You don't even know how to let go. Of course you stress.
Yeah, I don't know how to let go. Okay, I don't know how to let go.
So
and then
you need to apply this. After you apply, you know how to let go.
Yeah, so I think which is why Young Living has not designed an oil called let go. They have designed an oil called stress away. They have not designed an oil called let go. But surrender, I understand. Recently, I understood because I also had some conversation with Xiaohui about this when Young Living Singapore launched it as a limited time order. Limited time order means they brought in these oils from the States and in limited quantities so that Young Living Singapore, Young Living Singapore members can get them without shipping in from the States. So surrender for me, it is actually like what they say, like ideal for people with strong dominant personality. Aha, that's me. And then yeah, like everyone, I like, for me, I like things to be in order, in control. I like to plan, I like to forecast, I like to visualize. Yeah, and of course, you know, like it doesn't work because most of the time it doesn't work because things are very fluid. And when things change not according to my plan, I sometimes get very stressed. As much as I know conceptually that I cannot control everything and anything, but emotionally I get very stressed when things don't turn out the way that I would want to see it or I would expect to see it. Yeah. So therefore, surrender is a very good oil, especially as I'm a mom, as a woman. When I feel like why my kids are not behaving in a certain way, and given what I have done, they are not behaving in a certain way, and they are disrupting my plans, they are disrupting my train of thoughts, and da da da. So surrender is actually a very good oil for me to use. I was actually interestingly, I mean, side trivia, I was introduced to this oil with my first baby, my first baby, I think second after confinement, second or third month. Then I was like texting Xiaohui half the time because I was going a bit crazy. Xiaohui's daughter and my son is a year apart. I don't know how many months, are not exactly a year apart, but they are born in different year, but 1 year apart. And then that was when I was texting her and say, why is this happening? What is happening? Then sometimes she will give me solution or like offer suggestion, but there's sometimes she will just tell me that, you know, you will have to keep telling yourself this will pass, this phase will pass. Yeah, so that's what then we also talk about surrender. She asked me, hey, do you happen to have surrender? And I happen to have a free oil that was given in one of the orders in the past. Yeah, and then it was surrender. So I used it quite a lot. Yeah. So I use it quite a lot. Where I like to use it, I diffuse it because at least it's in a room that I keep smelling it. But if I don't have access to my diffuser because maybe I'm diffusing something else in the room, then I'll just apply on my heart area or my shoulders because my shoulder tends to get very tense because when I am under a lot of stress. So for me, right, it's shoulder and stomach, right? So when I want to fight, like I want to be in control, I want to fight, my entire shoulder here is very hard and tense. So surrender is always on my shoulder, okay, and my heart. Okay, side trivia. I mean, I don't know whether you guys have surrender story, but this is my surrender story. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we talk about protocols, right? So this is what we all like to do ever since the Young Living USA convention in June. Actually, is Xiao Hui's team, Eileen, Eileen from Xiao Hui's team, actively share about the Great Day protocol because it was shared during the convention, and I was like, I'll just try and do it as well. So I've been doing this for 30 days, and initially like, oh, nothing much, I don't feel anything. But after that, I think from third week onwards, I do feel a shift in my energy and my outlook and attitude towards life. So it's just these 4 oils. Okay, you have to get them individually. It doesn't come as a set. You get them individually: Valor, Harmony, Joy, and White Angelica. So in our Facebook group, we'll post up for you guys, or tag you guys if you want to know. I think Xiao have posted up as well, how to do it, how to say, what are steps involved. It's actually very simple. Just four oils, and this one, you must do it first thing in the morning. Okay, first thing in the morning before you start your day. You don't like afternoon halfway through, then you come and do lah. Best is you start the day, drink enough water when you wake up, wash up and things like that, and then just take like 3 minutes. This is very simple. Just take 3 minutes and apply these 4 oils on yourself, and then you are ready to start the day. These other than Valor, Harmony, Joy, and White Angelica are more uplifting. So if you don't like floral scent oil, or like you are resistant to this kind of uplifting oil, maybe you will take a while to like adapt. But I guess over time, really is daily and over a period of time. For me, it was like 2 weeks plus. Yeah, you commit yourself for 30 days. Yeah, commit yourself for 30 days. You really find a shift in attitude and energy. Okay, so this is the Great Day protocol. This one you can buy in a set. These are 6 oils in a kit. Okay, called the Feelings Kit collection. Malaysia, you guys are having, do you all have this kit?
Yes, finally we have it.
Finally. Permanently. This is very good. I was first introduced to this, I think 2017, I think when Francis Fuller once talked about it. I mean, I didn't really pay much attention to it because it was a bit too expensive and out of my budget at that point in time. But I remembered this few oils very well. And then there was a chance there was some discount and I managed to buy it in Singapore. And I started doing this for 30 days. This is much more intense than the Great Day protocol. Great Day protocol is really start your day right. Everything, that means your emotions, everything at the right tone. I feel personally for me, if I did a 30 days, full 30 days of application of a daily application of these 6 oils, right? At night, for me, I apply it at night. And I realized that it really does go quite deep, intense. So there will be a point in time when you apply and then you really feel very down and very low. And because you're doing this feelings kit protocol, know that when you're feeling down and feeling very low, it is part of the entire detox process, the part of the entire cleansing process. The thing about us as human beings and even like animals, right? Because of what we have been through in the past or on a daily basis, we actually hold a lot of emotions and stress subconsciously in our body. Okay, we hold a lot of things in our body, and sometimes we say, oh, as in, I didn't know this incident affected me, but yeah, it did, right? So a lot of things are stored in our body. So this kit, okay, will help to release and surface some of the things that you have forgotten. Okay, and then by the end of 30 days, right, usually you will feel a bit more settled. Yeah, I have members who did with me, sometimes they only do 10 days because they felt like there were a lot of emotions that surfaced and they just couldn't handle those emotions. So if you are staying at home with people, you have close ones with you, loved ones, your spouse, your boyfriend, whoever lah, even your pet, okay, I think it's important that if you want to do this whole 30 days protocol, it's really intense but really good. You have to push through it 30 days. Let them know that you're on this feelings kit protocol and what are some things to expect if you are going a bit emotionally haywire, so that they can either ignore you or just attribute it to the oils or attribute it to your emotional detox. Yeah, I think it's important that if you want to do this, yeah, let the people around you know. Okay, so this one is, I think it's quite mild. It's just about setting your day right. Yeah, but this one really surface a lot of things and also have you resolve a lot of things that you don't even know existed. Okay. So lastly, finally, I want to talk about the Young Living Referral Program. If you're not aware, in Singapore, we have the customized, you can customize your own kit. Okay, you can enroll as a member and customize your own kit. These pictures are not these are not from Singapore lah, but these are, I mean, you can use this as a reference. Whatever oils or product you pick, as long as it's 100 PV, you can already join as a member, and that's all you need to do. Yeah, this is for Singapore. So whatever we share today, if you want to get started with the feelings kit, over here, if you want to get started with feelings kit, that's possible as well, because it's hit the minimum 100 PV. Okay, if you want to start with the raindrop kit, that's fine as well. You can already get started just by buying the raindrop kit. Okay, so in Singapore right now, until 31st, I know today is, we have about a week plus more to go to the end of August, but if you enroll 2 new members, then you get a free box of 10 bottles of the Bloom Collagen. Okay, and then 4 new members, you get Bloom Collagen plus Sisters. Sisters is also a very good spiritual oil, which we didn't cover today. But this one, 6 new members in, must be Singapore members, yeah. So 6 new members, then you get Higher Unity. Higher Unity is an oil blend that is, I think, more expensive than Rose, or one should be more, I think it's more expensive than Rose. And what it does is that this oil, it really connects you to your higher power. It aligns your entire 7 chakra, and it connects you to the higher power for you to connect, to build a stronger and higher community and, you know, unity lah, basically. I think you have to smell and use the oil to experience it. I got it free in one of the months, 400 PV.
You
So
can't even buy this oil.
I think can in US, you can get
it, but it's
Yeah.
not available in Malaysia or Singapore.
Yeah,
It's not
we
sold
can't-
by itself. It was given as the PV
400 PV.
in the, and I think in most countries in the same month. I think
Ah,
I think the year before, about 2 years ago. So I have it and I love it so much. It's like I use it, but I cannot use too much.
sparingly. Yeah.
It's a really good oil.
In US they are selling though. They are
Oh.
selling by itself. Yeah, but I think it's about 140 USD.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very expensive. How much is Rose? I don't even know how much is Rose in USD, but yeah, it's very expensive. So I've been eyeing it and thinking, should I have another bottle? So that's why I think Pinky and I were eyeing it in the last Young Living Singapore event where there's a spin and win. I was really eyeing for Higher Unity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like aiming for it. I was praying for anyone who in my team is to spin and get it.
Yeah, but in US they are selling it, but it's yeah lah. It's all the very, very powerful oils like sacred sandalwood, sacred frankincense, northern light black spruce, jasmine, rose. Yeah, but it's very good for spiritual balancing and unity for yourself and the world lah. So if you feel yourself very disconnected with the world, Higher Unity actually is a very good oil for you to use. Okay, and then this one is also for there are two groups of people here. Number one, they just joined Young Living Singapore as a member. They can start August as the first month of their essential rewards. Or if you have previously enrolled any Young Living Singapore members and they have not ever joined essential rewards in Singapore, they can join for a consecutive of 4 months. That means August start first month all the way to November. And then in December, okay, you get so you just need 4 months, means August, September, November, October, November, 4 months of essential rewards. December, you don't need any essential rewards. You can redeem your free orange oils that comes in your 4th month of the essential rewards program. Then they'll give you this free towel as well in December. But of course, you must make a purchase. The purchase is any amount. You can just buy 1 orange, okay? And then you can get this towel for free. Okay, so just to let you know, these are two things that's currently happening in Singapore right now. This is my local Singapore contact number and my Instagram contact. So if you guys have any questions, can let me or Xiaohui know, and then we'll get you the necessary information and support that you need. Okay, any question that we, yeah, thank you also say, right? Yeah, we went to spin a few times and then yeah, we really didn't get it. We got other things lah. I mean, they were nice as well, but just that we were all aiming for the higher unity. Yeah, that is like the big prize on the spin wheel. Yeah. And yeah. Okay, so that's it. I hope today at least in today's class you get to learn new oils that you have never experienced before and never learned before. Like for me, previously, I didn't know Basil was good for overall protection. Yeah, until I started reading and realized that hey, the Hindu community has been using Basil quite a bit, and for emotional and spiritual protection. So hope that today's class you get to learn a bit more and then start to experiment and use some of the products. So let me know in the chat before we log off is what is one oil you will want to explore, like you're curious to buy or you're curious to use. Maybe you already have it at home and you have not used it for this particular function. Let me know.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, since no one else have anything else to add, we'll end for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Next week is our last Monday for August, right, Xiaohui?
Yes, we will plan and see what last Monday for August. Yeah, we'll see whether we want to what kind of topic on.
Yeah, well, anyway, just to remind you guys that every Monday, we will have classes either in English or in Mandarin. I mean, usually alternate. So just let us know. The topics are the same, but the presentation style and the approach to the topic will be very different. So look out for our shout outs in our WhatsApp chat groups or Facebook groups to know what we are presenting for the week. So by this week, we'll let you all know the next 2 weeks topic.
And I because Wednesday is my Zoom call for my team, so I just want to share because I already planned the topic for this week. So
business class, right?
Yeah, it's business class. So I will talk a bit about planning, how you get started, and what are the things to consider. I think so. This one it's in Chinese lah. So whoever that is 10 p.m.
Yeah, Monday 10 p.m. Either English or Mandarin, depending on the week. Okay, so we will see you again next week. Do look out for our topic next week. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.